What does it really take to totally transform your floors? Well, would you believe me that that answer hails from the great country of Canada? That's right, everybody. Today we are talking about the art, the impact, and design that will totally redefine your commercial flooring. All thanks to our great buddies up in Canada. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Starnet worldwide commercial flooring video. Again, if you need help with local contractors within your area, head over to our website and you can find some of the very best contractors in the world. Most of which have done award-winning projects like we're talking about today. But now with all that out of the way, so what the heck is going on in Canada? And I'm definitely not trying to be political with this video. I'm talking about their amazing floors that we're talking about today. Honestly, this past year, Canadian designers really went above and beyond. We saw never before seen projects, and they brought a new definition to the word mastery. And to be honest, there is so much more coming for this current year that I'm excited to see soon. However, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, what exactly made this past year so special and above and beyond? Well, I'm hoping to answer that question today, not only for myself, but all of you watching. So let's buckle in and honor some of the best Canadian commercial flooring projects from the past year. And let's talk on a surface level how they revolutionize specific industries within our commercial flooring world. So imagine walking into a hospital and realizing the floors you're walking on aren't only designed for durability because, well, duh, they have to be, but they're designed for a feeling of healing that actually works. I don't really know how they did it, but for those who remember, Canadians swept our healthcare category at the Starnet Design Awards. And honestly, rightfully so. But what's even more incredible is healthcare is not only a very popular sector this year, but it always is. And like I said, they really earned it, so let's dive a little deeper. The coolest part for me is all three projects that won an award were very different. We didn't get all hospitals or all healthcare facilities, we got a very diverse set of floors. All with different flooring materials being used and different color specs all blended together very well. But one thing they did share in common was they were trying to present the same message. And if you want award-winning floors like this in your upcoming healthcare facility, especially if you're in Canada right now, be sure to leave a comment. I think I know a guy that can hook you up. However, again, I keep getting off track. What really put these projects above and beyond in the healthcare category and Canadian design as a whole? Well, ultimately, when you really dive in, it really came down to the culture, the message, and the overall skill involved. A lot of these projects were hand designed. Some had impossible time limits that were somehow met. And for projects under these constraints to produce award-winning designs that look this great, it really says something about the people behind the project. And ultimately, like we talked about, that message is to show everyone that this is a place of comfort and healing. And I would say these projects went above and beyond the healing message. So obviously in Canada, design in the healthcare sector is becoming very big. However, we're also seeing a huge shift in the corporate sector. Let's take this award-winning project for example. Honestly, the biggest takeaway that I can present you all is the balance we see between the design and the demand of the job. And if you're sitting there wondering what the heck that even means, hold on, I promise I'm getting there. So for me, I'm a huge critic and huge follower of corporate real estate. It's probably the one sector that I follow the most, but anyway, moving on. I honestly think modern corporate design is all about keeping people in the office as long as possible. And what I think that's evolved into is some wild designs in these corporate buildings, which honestly, deep down, I love. And honestly, it's just so nice to see this balance of color and office flow. And I'm honestly really excited to see more of it in Canada. I think it takes a special type of designer and commercial flooring contractor to find that right balance, and it's definitely nailed here. And I know it's only one example, but I really think this could be a trend moving forward in corporate commercial flooring. And before I wrap up our great Canadian journey, I do have to talk about one more project. Yes, I know. We've talked about this project so much. I mean, so much. So what exactly made this project special, or what exactly else could I possibly have to say about this? Well, I think the biggest thing to talk about is after this project fell short twice at the Starnet Design Awards, it finally took home a gold in arguably one of the most important categories in the Canadian Project of the Year. It literally being the Canadian Project of the Year. Took bronze in healthcare, bronze in unique installation, but heck, it took gold in that Canadian Project of the Year. And I mean, just look at this sacred room. I've talked about this room 100 times, but just look at it. It's incredible. But overall, this project had unique challenges to overcome. They had to implement safe floors for the clients, obviously, and they embodied, captured, and designed the customer's native logo by hand. And overall, I really just think it embodies a lot of what this project represents, which is that feeling of unique installation, the client's need, and the overall healthcare feeling of healing. Maybe it didn't win the gold in other categories, but it definitely deserved the gold in the Canadian Project of the Year. Now again, as we wrap up here, what made these projects so special? Well, I really think you have to dive deeper than the design or the products used. Well, honestly, a big factor for me were the partners involved in all of these projects and what's to come in future years. Because I think we all can agree these designs and techniques definitely set a high bar moving forward. And again, if you want floors that look like this, well, first, leave a like and subscribe if you learned something throughout this video. But if you want floors that look like this in your healthcare, your corporate, honestly, any sector the way Canada's trending, be sure to leave a comment or head to our description and the link is down there. But ultimately, I hope you enjoyed this adventure into Canada and some of their great floors. And again, we've talked about all these projects a lot in different videos on our breakdown of the Starnet Design Awards, so be sure to check those out as well. But for now, I hope to see you all in the next flooring breakdown, and take care, everybody.